Okay, hold on a second. Why is I bumped my audio board. Uh, Hi. How are you? Let me make sure. Yeah, that's off. Where's my chat? There we go. Everybody is nice and notified. I did that early this evening. How are you? Having a lovely time, I hope. Look, man, I have seen Scamdar. I have seen people. Let me wait. Let me turn my. Where's my mic? There it is. Hi. There we go. I have seen people talking to thousands of people, streaming to humongous audiences, that have monumental fuck ups. So, my occasional audio problem, my video problem, my timing problem, my whatever problem is infinite. Wait, no. Very small. Very small compared to that. So, the way I look at it is if you're a big streamer, if you're a little streamer or whatever streamer, you're going to fuck up. It is a live thing in most cases. Many of the people that do this, some of whom are making large amounts of money, but some of whom are usually doing this solo. I mean, God, I'm pretty sure PewDiePie didn't have like a team, or at least he didn't have a team when he streamed. He might have had a team or an editor that would edit his clips together, but as far as going live, I don't think. And he was the biggest thing on YouTube until he retired, and then Mr. Beast came along. Mr. Beast is not a streamer, but hold on a second here. There we go. Hi, how are you? Sounds like I need some tea. My voice is way better than it was. It was really not good. Well, infinitesimal. Is that like? Does that mean big or small? Because I was gonna say infinitesimal, but I think that means big. Oh, it is extremely small. Okay, I was right then. I kind of changed it because I second guessed myself. I'm like, Kiki, I'm such an underrated person on YouTube. Aw, thank you. That's very kind of you. That's very sweet. I'm okay. I have my moments. Start the night by pissing off the host. It takes a lot to get me there, and I'm not even remotely pissed off. So hi everybody. Hope you're having a lovely Tuesday. I'm like I'm whatever this is. I'm here, I am there, I am everywhere. I am somewhat awake. I have a little bit of my voice left. So yeah, I did not have very much voice. I have to after we get done tonight, I have a video that I have to finish up that I'm going to put so it can go up tomorrow. But I'm like I really just it's funny. I want to go to bed, but now I'm not tired. I had a very rare 2 cups of coffee today because I had to go out and get some paperwork shit sorted. And while we were out, Mrs. T, my wife, for those of you who don't know, she had off today for some school holiday thing. I don't know what it was. But me and her, we had to go get some paperwork taken care of. And on the way back, there was a coffee shop near us, a like little coffee, place that just opened. That is not a Starbucks or a Wawa or whatever. So heard that they were really nice and wanted to go in and give them a shot. And we went in. I had already had my large coffee for the morning at home, but we were out. I was like, what the fuck? We'll go get a. So I got like a little 12-ounce cup of coffee, and I had that, and that gave me like that gave me energy this morning. But then like now, it's kind of continuing. So I'm like, oh great, it's 9 o'clock at night, and I'm still like. So I have a feeling I'm gonna have to like take some golden milk or something later. Which, if you don't know what golden milk is, um, it's wonderful. Golden milk is turmeric, black pepper. Well, actually, let me. It's turmeric, cinnamon. What's the mix? It's turmeric, cinnamon. Something else. And black pepper. And black pepper is the accelerant that pushes it through your veins. Basically, you put a little bit of this into a cup of milk, you boil it. Well, you bring it up to a nice simmer, and then you drink it, and it knocks you the fuck out. It's very relaxing. So that is when I am having. If you remember, I mean, I would recommend this to Hornyberry all the time. Get him some fucking golden milk, and that helped that Marine get sleep. So sometimes it doesn't work on me, but I'm hoping that it does tonight because man, I'm gonna need it tonight because I got a lot of shit I got to do tomorrow, and I'm going to need to be coherent. So married. What is this, Jeff? Streaming. Not only am I married, me and my wife have a child together. Thank you very much. And I am not streaming from my mom's basement. I am streaming from my office in my house that I own. Jeez, I tell you. You get on the internet and people think that you're a fucking loser. We've been married for, God, long time now. I never had a second cup of coffee outside the house. Was that from? Oh no, that was the airplane. Jim never has a second Jim never has a second cup of coffee at home. Jeff is new to the channel. I don't know. I thought I saw his name before, but maybe he was just fucking around. I don't know. The name seemed familiar, but I'm terrible with names, so I only remember like the ones that are here like all the fucking time and that are always talking. And the ones on the Discord. Well, I mean, there's some on the Discord that are over here as well, but then they use like a different name that always fucks me up. So glad me calling him Hornyberry is the only person calling him that. Now Hornyberry is now what he's a field marshal or something. He got a promotion. I mean, good for him. I'm not diminishing what he got, but I was on the fucking treadmill when he wrote that, and I was like, oh, good for him. Fuck. What is... I didn't really get a chance to read. Hold on. Let me see. He's probably memeing. You're not new. You're just joking. You're the one who recommended Rumble last week. Oh, okay, Jeff. See, that's the thing. I thought I recognized your name. So I gotcha. The thing with Rumble, I'm talking to people. The thing is, I'm starting this, but I might switch to them, and it's not a political thing. It like if now, granted, my other channel is not going anywhere. But I'm talking about specifically the streaming stuff. I might go over there simply for two reasons. Number one is because, you know what, if I'm starting over here, I might be able to make more headway over there because it's a different audience, and I don't know. I don't know if it's, what's going to happen, because I've talked to a few people and they do recommend it. They say that it's gotten a lot better. There's a lot of stuff over there that is good, and they're a little more lax about certain things. Um, the other thing is that the ad revenue is significantly better. Um, there is a much better split over there as far as like super chats and stuff. And I might be able to get in. Um, I see here. I'm still going through. I need like 4,000 watch hours, and I'm at like 1.2 thousand before I can, get monetization and all that shit. So, if I can get over there and start that like right away, that's also a big bonus. And but I don't know if I would be able to or not. And the other thing is, it's it just it. I don't know. It's a different pool. So I am weighing my options, and I'm seeing what happens. And, seeing, do I want to cross stream? Do I want to, I don't know. It's a new thing to me, simply because YouTube's, system is so fucking dumb. I don't understand. Like, YouTube was set up for, uploading your videos. Great. And they've changed their algorithm, and they've changed the system so many times on the back end that it's just this Franken code. And nobody really understands how anything works. So the thing is, that's why so many people have had to do like their own side streams, like this, for example, because they can't stream on their main channel without it hurting them, which is stupid. Because if I was doing it over there, I would get a lot more people coming in. And now, you guys are great. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not besmirching you guys. But what I'm saying simply is that the pool over there is much bigger. So if I was to stream over there, I would be getting like hundreds of people every week. But because of the way that YouTube is set up, it's stupid, because the viewer retention and size of the audience matters. So let's say I'm going to combine it down. And I will be brief because I know it's talking shop that you don't really give a shit, but I feel like I want to say it anyway. If I do, let's say I do a 1 hour stream and 1,000 people watch it, and I do a video that does, it's a 10-minute video, but 10,000 people watch it. If 10,000 people watched 80% of it, but if I did a 2-hour stream and people only stayed for, say, 15 minutes, then, or no, I was saying I was doing an hour. If I did a 1 hour stream and people only stayed for 15 minutes, that showed that they only stayed for 1/4 of it. So according to YouTube, that means that people aren't really interested in it. So they're like, oh, well, they didn't stay for the whole thing. They only stayed for part of it. So the next time I would do a video or whatever, it would affect that, because they would be like, oh, well, because only a quarter of the people were interested in it, we will send a quarter of we'll send a quarter of the updates, which is so unbelievably stupid. But and see, the reason why a lot of some YouTubers can do both is because they have a massive social media presence. So if they have, let's say, a couple 100,000 YouTube subscribers, whenever they put up a new video, only a couple of them get notified. But if they have a big Facebook, if they have a big Twitter, if they have a big what's another? Whatever. If they have a big, let's say they have 50,000 people on Twitter, well, they send that out, and all those people get notified, because all those people will see that. As long, there's a chance that they might miss it, but it still will get put in their feed. Consequently, they'll be like, oh, this guy has a new video. I'm going to go watch it, because that's what they signed up for. That's what they clicked. They wanted to follow that person for their updates, for what have you. But YouTube went. That was strange. Let me see if that comes on the other camera. Seeing how long the delay is. Yo, that was... The fuck was that? It was like I think it was just some... It was probably some dust, but it looked like I had an orb go like right by there. So the short of it is YouTube dumb. Oh, I don't have any water. Fuck. Oh, Lee, you are not chopped liver. Maybe, what's better than chopped liver? Just about anything. I found liver tastes disgusting, but has a lot of good stuff for you. So what I did recently, and by recently I mean like a year ago, take liver, purify it in a high-powered blender, mix that in with ground beef. So normally, if you want to make meatballs, you do like ground beef and ground pork. Well, instead of adding the ground pork, I put in liver. So I put in ground beef with pure, like liquefied liver. And then I put in pork rinds, which I ground up instead of breadcrumbs. Pecorino Romano, a couple of eggs, mixed that all together, and made meatballs. And they were delicious. You could not taste the liver at all, but you still got all that livery goodness. So I was experimenting, and I discovered something that was actually pretty fucking good. So instead of pork, I put in a little calf liver, and it was good. Not something I would do all the time, because it's kind of a pain in the ass to. It's really a pain in the ass to clean the blender of all the like liver goop, but turned out well. Yes, Ivan. Where's your thingamajiggy? God. I don't know where it went. Oh well, I saw. YouTube just admitted that they banned a whole shit ton of channels for that were against what and they. So, but it's all bullshit. What's really frustrating is that they banned them 5 years ago, and now they're like, oh, well, they can all come back. Well, I'm pretty sure that all of those channels have moved on. A lot of them probably went and got other jobs. Some of them probably don't want to come back, but the simple fact that like they're doing that at all and be like, "Oh well, guys, we know that we shouldn't have censored you, but we did because well, dirt." And that's really shitty. That's really annoying. That's one of the things that really bothers me about YouTube is that um, because it's run by a large amount of people that have no fucking clue what they're doing, there's no consistency. There's no oversight. And if, like, your channel gets nuked, you have to go and yell into the void until you can make a big enough stink that somebody notices. A lot of times there have been a lot of channels that just got nuked and they were never able to get a human. And consequently, they went away. And that's really, really frustrating. Liver and onions can be good if you get the right cook. I don't doubt it. Because I had liver and onions because about 5 years ago, my dad, well, this is longer than 5 years ago. When I was little, my dad liked liver and onions. And I remember it being disgusting. And so about 5 years ago, we were out at a diner. Excuse me. We were at a diner and I was like, you know what? I want to try some liver and onions. I was on, I was like, let me see if it's any good. Oh boy, I did not like it was a very irony taste. I did not like it whatsoever. So I think maybe if I was to get it at like a good restaurant as opposed to like not that diners are bad, but diners are really good at certain things. They're good at like breakfasty stuff. They're good at club sandwiches and hamburger. Like they're very good at that kind of stuff. But something like liver and onions, maybe not. So I'm becoming Martha Stewart. Well, I'm not a bad chef. I really am. And yes, organ meats are delicious and nutrient packed. I will debate you on the delicious part because most of them, it is a texture thing. I think, like I said, liver, if you can mask it, it is good. It add like because one of the reasons why you add pork to ground beef when you're making meatballs is because it helps to make the meatball moist. And so that was the thing that the liver, if I was to just cut up the liver and put it in there, it wouldn't do it. But liquefying it and putting it in there, it made the meatball moist. And it was good. As far as like other organ meats, I had sweetbreads a long time ago, and they weren't bad. They just had a weird texture. But a lot of things like hearts and tongue, intestines, like brains, forget it. Brains would like for me to eat like cow brains or something. It would have to it would I don't know. It would have to have like the nutrient equivalents of like 10,000 Brussels sprouts. I don't know. Like there would have to be some incredible cuz I can't even like come to the possibility of thinking about eating that. It's just disgusting. And it's just from what I know does not taste particularly good either. So your late mom loved duck soup. Now that's nasty. She loved it and was the only one in the family who loved it. The food looked like sewage water. The thing duck is very, very, very greasy. And I would feel very mean eating duck. Ducks are too cute. Cat Breath, you almost finished all 3 of the In Search of Darkness, so you're getting used to seeing me while I talk. Ah, there you go. I was in 3 a lot. Um, because the director was like, look, there are all the like 3 was my bread and butter. 3 was all the weird shit that I wanted to talk about. So he was like, I am going to use you to talk about all the weird shit movies that, I couldn't get anybody else to talk about. And I'm like, well, I'm your man because I know all this shit. So consequently, I talked a lot about the weird shit movies in Search of Darkness 3. Um, Unfortunately, I was dying of food poisoning at the time, and so I was miserable, but I powered through, and I recorded like 3 hours worth of interview while I was dying. I had coffee and water and other things to keep me going, but man, was I not in a good place. But I'm glad. I'm glad you are enjoying the video. I had fun doing them, but unfortunately, my time with them on those is over. They pivoted to like now, and this is not me bad mouthing the In Search of Darkness guys, but they've since become like very, very, very popular. Like in the beginning, they needed people to talk. So that was why they got like some influencers and stuff to talk about movies and whatnot. And they got a variety of like actors and directors and other like industry people and shit. So then with the second one, there were less like influencers and more of like the celebrities and shit. And then the third one, there was a lot of me in part 3, but that was more so because 3 was just so niche. But then moving forward to 90s, they had an overwhelming amount of like celebrities and like I don't think they had barely. You know what? I wonder if they even have. Let me see. In Search of Darkness 90s. Was it Indiegogo? Because I'm curious to see what the. All right, was it on? Did it go on Kickstarter? Oh, you know what? I think maybe the first one was Kickstarter. Because there's 80s. Oh, there's 90 to 95. Yeah, 95 to 99. Yeah, where's the. I just want to see, like, who is. Because I don't even know who's in the new one. 90 to 99. 90s hard doc. Yeah, here we go. Oh. No, that's not it. Opportunity. All right, so that's the. I'll read the synopsis. Do we have? Here we go. No, got it. Do you even have a fucking? No, we don't have. Who the hell was in Search of Darkness 90s? All right, hold on. Maybe it's on In Search of Darkness 1990 to 1994. Let me see if they have a. Here we go. It's on the IMDb. Oh, yeah, look at this. Let me turn that over there. We got fucking Mike Flanagan, Dave DeMalchian, Clancy Brown, John Carpenter, Alex Winter, Heather Langenkamp, Ted Raimi, Robert Russler, Kane Hodder, Jill Sholin, Doug Bradley, Charles Band, Don Mancini, Mick Garris, Tommy Lee Wallace, Shinya Tsukamoto, Michael Baldwin, Brian Usna, Bernard Rose, Timothy Balm, Frank Henlotter, Robert Kurtzman, Amelia Kincaid, Akila Cooper, Corey Taylor again. Corey Taylor's funny how he got involved. George Buttergeit. Oh, fucking Necromantic. Jesus. James V. Hart, Ted Nicolau, Adam Marcus, Steve Johnson, Scream Matt George, AJ Dana, Sanda King, Gilbert Adler, Stephen Volk, Angel Mendelson, Phil Noble Jr., Max Hendelson, Jessica Dwyer from. See, that's the other thing too. With so there's your bloody disgusting link. NHOA. So what you'll notice, unless I don't know, none of these people are influencers. You've got. Ooh, I have to bring up my my thingamajiggy, and I'm not crapping on that. I'm just saying is that it is their business model changed. And you gotta do what you gotta do to continue. And we got Patrick Silent for the tip, man. Thank you so much. You have postponed your self-deletion until your documentary about Maniac Cop 3 drops. You will probably have a long life, kapow. Did I ever... I don't know if I've ever said on here. I had contacted Bill, because I had talked to him about Maniac Cop 2. And I was like, look, Bill, now this was 6 years ago? I was like, hey, Bill, I did Maniac Cop 2, did Maniac Cop 1, did Maniac Cop 2, did a lot of heavy lifting on 2, where I was talking about a lot of the shit with Claudia Christian that a lot of people didn't know about, how she was very difficult to work on, or very difficult to work with. She did not want to do the movie, but she had to because she needed the work at the time. She was pregnant, but didn't tell anyone. And there was a lot of problems with her. I was like, look, I told a lot of stories about that a lot of people did not know. And I was like, look, I know Maniac Cop 3 is a sore spot with you. It is a movie that was made at a time when the industry was changing. It was not the movie that you wanted to make. There were a lot of concessions that you had to make to get the movie finished. And what you ended up with, I still enjoy. I still think it is good, but it is not like anywhere near the level of Maniac Cop 2. Maniac Cop 2 was so good. And I was like, look, I think it's time that, we do Maniac Cop 3. I'm like, can we talk about Maniac Cop 3? And he was like, you know what? I think I'm ready to talk about it. And I said, okay. And then I never heard from him again. So I kept saying, all right. I was like, I sent him a bunch of questions because he didn't want to he was busy. So I was like, look, I'll send you a bunch of questions. Would have them answered immediately. Never heard from him again. So tried a bunch to get a hold of him. Never heard from him again. So, and I know he's still alive. He was just in In Search of Darkness 90s. So, speaking of which, my point being is that the company that's doing Creator VC, that's doing the company that is doing the In Search of Darkness movies. In the beginning, they were coming at this from. They wanted to do. I think it was a 3-tiered perspective. They were doing it from a fan's perspective, from the influencer's perspective and from the celebrity perspective. And so they kind of brought all those together to make it. But then when they got big, now they have access to so many celebrities that when they were doing the Q&As, they were like, hey, you know, what can we do to make these better? And pretty much everybody said, get rid of the influencers, you know, get rid of the YouTubers, get rid of those people. Nobody gives a fuck what they're saying. If we want to hear what they're saying, we'll go to their YouTube channel and listen to what they have to say. As far as a documentary that is about whatever, we want to hear from the people that worked on it. So consequently, that's why all the people that are there, actually, I should say all, most of the people that are the interviewees are the people that made the movies. They worked on it. They were the director, actor, producer, special effects guy, what have you. And I think the only two people on there that were outside of that, I believe, were Phil Noble and Jessica Dwyer. Jessica Dwyer from Bloody Disgusting, and Phil Noble from was he Dread Central, or was, I mean, I know he did, oh, Fangoria. He's Fangoria. That was it. And he was a producer on some stuff as well. But so, again, more power to him. I am kind of amazed and happy that they blew up as well as they have. So they've been a big. They've gotten bigger and bigger and bigger, and they've made a whole shit ton of them. Now they got the Aliens one, they got the video game one, they got the horror one. So yeah. So Patrick Silent, the thing with Bill and Maniac Cop 3, he did do a commentary about Maniac Cop 3, but he did the commentary as Alan Smithy. And if you know who Alan Smithy is, then you get that. So, but you know what? I should reach out to him again. I'll be like, hey, man, I know we lost touch last time. Maybe he'll be, because I've had some directors that I've lost touch with, but I've had mixed luck with getting back with them. I don't think that he didn't want to, I don't think that's, he didn't want to talk to me. I think that, wait, where's my, I lost my, there it is. Dark Link. I don't think that he didn't want to talk to me. I think that probably what happened was kind of like what happened with Tammy and the T-Rex, was that he got it was getting, now I know he put it out on Blue Underground, but I'm pretty sure it got picked up by like another Blu-ray company, and I think maybe he cut ties simply because he was putting the Blu-ray out on another thing, so he didn't want to talk to me, but then he couldn't tell me that it was like, oh, I can't talk to you anymore because this new contractual thing. So I don't know. I mean, he was very nice. It sucked that I lost touch with him, but it happens. I am not a massive YouTuber, but I am a very thorough YouTuber, and I have made friends with a lot of actors, directors, actresses. Some of whom I have on this thing. Woo! Speaking of which, there's one in Australia that I need to I have to send her a reply. Got that Freaked. Freaked is a fucking awesome movie. Jump ahead here. You're a supporter of these ducks and wasn't bothered by the YouTube creators since they're fans. You feel they don't want fans to enter their treehouse. Sorry, no homers. Yeah, I mean, I kind of thought that that was what was made it a little bit different, especially because they were so fucking long. Um, and it made it a little bit different. Um, I think that there's such a thing as having too many cooks in the kitchen, but having I mean, I don't I don't say this with um any ego, but I was there in the beginning. I was there for the first 3 In Search of Darknesses. I was there when In Search of Darkness was supposed to be a one and done. Like and I think that it kind of does suck a little bit that we're not involved in the later ones. But again, it's a business, and I get that. Like I I have a friendly relationship with the people that worked on it, but I don't necessarily think that we are friends. I think that we are friendly business acquaintances. So I get it. You're going to get more people to plunk $100 out. Bleh. You're going to get more people to plunk $100 down when you say, hey, our documentary has Heather Langenkamp, as opposed to, hey, our documentary has Cecil from Good Bad Flicks. You're going to get, one is going to be like, ooh, the Nightmare on Elm Street girl, and the other one's going to get you, ooh. So I get that. But on that note, still kind of sucks. But whatever, I continue to work with them, and I wish them all the best. I'm glad to see that it is continuing. I don't know what. Hold on a sec. I don't know what they're going to do after the 90s because I mean they did Aliens, they did The Thing, they did In Search of Darkness 80s, 90s. They were going to do the Nightmare Factory, but that fell through. That was Giallo. They did first person shooter. They did the horror games. They already did. They did action way back when Ollie was working on it. The In Search of the Last Action Hero. So I don't know where they're going to go after this, quite frankly. And Scamdar, stop gatekeeping Noelle. I'm going to text her right now. Moi while I'm thinking about it. Let's see. Oh shit. Promise week would let pick your brain about it. Oh shit. Sorry for the delay. Would be happy to help you with your trivia. Clown hat, smiley face. Don't worry, Scamdar. I'm gonna get her on. I'm gonna get her on screensavers. So we're gonna talk about We're going to talk about her time on Max Payne. We're going to talk about her time on Ted 2. Going to be talking about her time as a Mila Kunis double and whatnot. That'll be fun. She's a sweetheart. I am lucky to man. That is a wacky like left turn. 2009. I'm watching this TV show that was way ahead of its fucking time, and there's this girl who is just as cute as could be, and me and my wife both thought that she was awesome. She was clearly the highlight of Forbidden Science, and then here I am, fucking 16 years later, and I'm friends with her. And and that is a case of where we actually have a friendship, which like there are some people where it's a business acquaintance. No, like me and her, like we've talked like holy fuck, man. A couple of months ago, she had me on the phone for like 3 hours. She's awesome. She's so sweet. Great gal. Her and her partner. They are. I haven't really. I talked to him like once, but he takes care of her. But good people, genuinely good people. Oh fuck, Eric, you're right. Holy shit, I forgot about Slasher Trash. Yes, they're doing Slasher Trash. So, yeah. God, I forgot about Slasher Trash. My brain. Holy fuckaroni. Son, we are a Heather Langenkamp family. Now you better clean up your act of being a Cecil fan. No, Raziel is he is upstairs in bed sleeping. He chased Mrs. T upstairs and was like, "Get in bed, woman." And so he got in bed. Give me I'm gonna be fucking greedy. Give me a $20 donation. I'll go get him. You can picture Hollywood studios trying to replace superheroes with anime adaptations. Disney is already investing in anime like Netflix is. Ooh, that's not good. I don't know what do you guys think is gonna be the next thing? Like, we had disaster movies. We had just kind of we had the underwater movies. We had disaster movies. Well, actually, we had two waves of disaster movies. We had the disaster movies of the 70s with like the Towering Inferno and stuff. But then we had the resurgence of it in the 90s with like Twister and Armageddon and shit. But we've had superheroes, and more what stemmed off of superheroes was the universe. We had the from the world of John Wick. We had the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We had the DC Universe. We had the Warrens, the Conjuring universe with like the Nun and all that. So that was kind of the other thing. So superhero movies were really big. Superhero movies are still chugging along. They haven't gotten rid of them yet. But the universe thing was kind of the other thing. So I don't know what is going to be the next, like, let him sleep. That's the thing, man. I was saying, I'm like, I'd do it for money, but let him sleep. I'll bring him down one of these days. I had him down here for one of the streams. I don't remember. There's the Zelda movie coming, the Mortal Kombat sequel. I think that might be. We might finally get a wave of consistent wave of video games, because we've always had video game movies, but we never had like that wave. Like, I think probably the biggest was in the 90s with Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat and Double Dragon and all those. But none of them did particularly well. I think Mortal Kombat's the only one that did like big numbers, but a lot of them didn't do particularly well. So consequently, they weren't like anywhere near the level of like the usual, like with disaster movies and stuff. So, but now, the Mario movie did good. It stunk. But they're working on, the sequel to it. They're going to do another Tomb Raider. Well, they're doing a Tomb Raider TV show. But like they're going to do a Legend of Zelda movie. And I think if the Legend of Zelda movie does well, then they might actually be like, okay, we're going to try to do some other things. And then they're going to look at like, what are other big properties? They already tried the Halo TV show. And because they can't figure out how to fucking write shit, they wrote shit. So the Halo show was bad, but maybe they'll try to make a Halo movie. I'm trying to think of like what other giant properties would they try to make a movie out of. I could see them doing something really fucking dumb, like trying to make a Sims movie. They're like, oh, the Sims is one of the, let's make this into a movie, and doesn't make any goddamn sense. But Legend of Zelda makes sense. Another Mario movie makes sense. I don't know what the fuck else would. Sonic the Hedgehog. The 3 movies did very well. That made sense. But you know what? I'll bet you somebody is really trying to do a Fortnite movie. No story there, but they're going to try to make a Fortnite movie. And I guarantee you, I'm going to say within the next 5 years, there's going to be a Fortnite movie. I'm going to put, I will throw that down. There's going to be a Fortnite movie at some point. And really fucking dumb. Kyle, who are these podcasts plug you after your multiple attempts to plug you on Facebook, Reddit, and the Who Are These Podcasts live stream? I had Tony from Hack the Movies contacted me, and he was like, "Hey, they ran one of your clips on Who Are These Podcasts?" And I was like, "Oh, fuck, cool." And then I was like, "Which one?" And he's like, "The most recent one." And so I went, and I didn't have time to watch the whole thing, so I kind of scrubbed through it, and I didn't find it. And I'm like, I'm not doubting you, but I don't know where. So, Kyle, if you know which episode they did, they mentioned me on, and if you know where they did, that would be even better. But send it to me. I would love to see it. I would love to see what they said about little old me. I like those guys. They're funny. I am not really into the Dabbleverse, but I'm from listening to other podcasts and whatnot. I know a lot of what's going on with Stuttering John and all that shit. So I don't watch them all the time, but I am well enough aware of a lot of the nonsense that goes on over there. So it's funny. In before the Bluey movie outperforms James Gunn's Superman. Yeah, well, the Bluey movie is going to make $1 billion. No way the Bluey movie is not going to make $1 billion. Yeah, Metroid movie would be really cool. And a Resistance Fall of Man. Resistance Fall of Man, if you got, let's see. Who's good at, I don't know about now. I was thinking like Guy Ritchie is really good at shooting like crime capers. Who did that? Who did? Hold on, let me see. If this is, yeah, Nolan. If you had Christopher Nolan shooting Resistance Fall of Man like how he did Dunkirk, that would probably be really fucking cool. I would like that. That would be neat. They're probably not going to do that, but I think if they could get Nolan to do that, I think that would be awesome. I think there's a lot of potential there. I did see the new Silent Hill 2 is coming out finally after all these years. After Javier Gan got out of jail. So I hope it's good because I love the first one. And we'll find out in January, but January is dump month, so it already means that the studio doesn't have faith in it. But as we know, doesn't mean it's bad. A lot of good movies came out in January. If they wanted Zelda to do well, it would have been animated. Yeah, like, I don't want a live action Zelda movie. I want an animated Zelda movie. Like, I want a beautifully animated Zelda movie, not a CG animated one. I want a hand-drawn, beautifully animated Zelda movie. I think it would be fucking killer, but they're going to do what they want to do. GTA is a caper film. See, the problem with Grand Theft Auto is such a mix. Like Grand Theft Auto 1 is essentially, or I'm sorry, Grand Theft Auto 1. Grand Theft Auto 3 is essentially Scarface. So if they were to make Grand Theft Auto, and then Vice City is also Scarface. So if they were to make that, they would just be making another Scarface movie. So, I mean, when they got to like 4 and 5, that's when they started doing their own thing. But they also mixed in a lot of other crime movies and stuff, were influenced by it. So really, it would just end up being a crime movie. You know, not that it's bad, but I think I don't think it's necessary. Sims movie being made by the Barbie people. I'm not surprised. Patrick Silent, a Surge movie would be good. Man, I would love a Surge movie. And you want to talk about like I mean, the having Warren as the lead, you know, start with him in the wheelchair and everything, be so fucking good. I would love that. But we shall see. Probably never going to happen. Surge isn't big enough. Or Uwe Boll would get the rights, and then, well, you know what he'd do. You'd like to see a Half-Life movie. There's no way they would do Half-Life well. They'd fuck it up. Yeah, Return to Silent Hill is finally coming out next year. They're skipping Revelations, which is understandable. I didn't mind Revelations as much, especially when the director talked about all the stuff that like they didn't know about the game, so they consulted with the producers and stuff. And we're like, hey, I want to put in, and they were like, oh, well, the gamers will love it if you put this in, and they kind of just went by that. So they really thought, she thought that she was giving the audience what they wanted, and really they were giving the producers what they wanted. So their heart was in the right place, especially when you look at like MJ Ballard did some good ass movies. So I don't necessarily think that it's terrible. I think that it is a decent movie. It's just not a good Silent Hill sequel. So. Oh, Dark Link. No, plenty of disrespect. Fuck Fortnite. Doing Call of Duty and God of War. If they're gonna do Call of Duty, it's a war movie. Like, what are you gonna do? You know, it doesn't make sense. And then God of War, okay. Oh god, I forgot about Borderlands. I still haven't seen it. I had I had requests over for Plus on side scrollers. They were like, watch bad video game movies. And they were like, one of them we can do is Borderlands to see how bad it is. And I'm like, that's what people want. I'm sure there's plenty of stuff to make fun of. So they did try to make a they did try to make a Tetris movie. It made sense the way that they were doing it, but Rock Band of Hollywood's gonna remake a ton of movies anyway. Why not do underrated cult classics like Dark Man or the stuff, movies not a lot of people have heard of instead of just another Smurfs movie. Well, here's the thing with that. Dark Man was fine the way that it was. It was awesome. Doesn't need to be remade. The stuff, awesome the way that it was. Doesn't need to be remade. Take a bad movie and make it into a good movie. Take a movie that they didn't have the budget, they didn't have the time, they didn't have what have you, and consequently, they made a movie that had really good ideas, but in the end ended up being a piece of shit. Lee with the donation. Thank you, dude. Have you ever seen the film Free Fire? If so, what did you think? Is Free Fire the one with Harry Potter? Free Fire. That's the Ben Wheatley movie with Sholto Carpley and Brie Larson. God, what was the Harry Potter movie where he had Guns Akimbo? Yeah, I think that was it. Guns Akimbo. No. I did not see this. I started to watch it one night, but I had to stop because I had something else happen. I don't remember what. It was almost 10 years ago. But I started watching it and I was like, ooh, because it's a new Ben Wheatley. And then it was on Netflix or something. And when I went back to continue watching it, I started watching it like on like the 31st or something. And then the first ticked over and it wasn't there anymore. So I didn't catch the rest of it. So I would like to watch it. I like Ben Wheatley's stuff a lot. Fucking Kill List is amazing. Sightseers was very good. He's a really, really good director. And I know he got the job for Meg 2, which was very strange. But it looks like he's kind of going back to more of his kinds of films. He's got a movie coming out called Normal. That looks pretty neat with Bob Odenkirk. So no. So thank you for the donation. I have not seen Free Fire. I will see it at some point. Video game TV shows as well. It's just, I heard the Twisted Metal show was good. I don't have Hulu, and I don't feel like getting Hulu just to watch it. So consequently, I will see it if somebody gives it to me, which is very possible because my brother-in-law, every Christmas he comes over with a hard drive, and he's like, "Oh, I've got a bunch of stuff," and then we watch it. Will the Fortnite film have a chicken jockey scene where... Why did that just shoot up? I'm sorry, I lost your... Oh, wait. Will it have a chicken jockey scene where a literal bus drops into the theater? We can only hope. I like the Ratchet and Clank movie. I thought it was pretty good. The Ratchet and Clank movie was done by the guy who did the TMNT movie, and he was a very nice guy. He gave me a big thank you when I talked about the TMNT movie. No, I did not pre-order the Steelbook for the '90s Night of the Living Dead. Um, I no no money, whatever the fuck. I don't have a lot of money to spend on that shit right now, unfortunately. So I haven't bought a movie in a while. I rented a movie today, um, but I haven't bought a movie in a while. I think the last movie I bought was like last year. Hollywood is too cheap for old-fashioned hand-drawn movies. Big time. I mean, I talked to Seth Kearsley about, like, they made the Love It or Hate It 8 Crazy Nights was the last gasp of hand-drawn animation as far as a big budget film, and it wasn't even like that big of a budget comparatively. The Uncharted movie looked like shit, and so I just was like, nah, I'm good. We haven't had a good period western with a good budget in a long time. I liked what was the name of it? It was brutal fucking western. Give me a second. Bone Tomahawk. Bone Tomahawk was a phenomenal western from a few years ago. That was fantastic. If you haven't seen Bone Tomahawk, a highest possible recommendation. Really terrific movie. You don't think it makes a little sense for Zelda to be live action if it's an adaptation of Twilight Princess, but other than that, I don't think it would work as a live action movie. I just think that it's silly. We see Far Cry 5 would be awesome. Uwe retired. I haven't talked to Uwe in a while. I talked to him on 2 separate occasions for like 4 hours. He's an interesting dude. I told him, and I've said this before. As soon as I got the interview, I was like, I gotta let you know, I don't like your movies, and he was like, that's fair. And we talked, and I'm like, you know what? I like you. I still don't like your movies, but I like you. I like you. Do you like me? Blurp, 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 blurp. It's more like Call of Poopy or something. Home run, Chipper. God of War starts filming in April. Just why? Oh, hi, Gabrea. How are you? Darkman 2 is great with fucking Arnold Vosloo taking over as Peyton Westlake, taking over the Liam Neeson part. I thought he did a great job. I like the funny thing about here's a fun bit of trivia for you about Darkman 2. Darkman 2 and 3 were shot back to back, but they liked it was Darkman. It was Darkman Die. It was supposed to be part 2. And then what was Darkman 2? Return of Durant. Okay, so here's the thing. It was Darkman, and then Darkman Die, and then the Return of Durant. But what happened was they liked the Return of Durant better. So they made Return of Durant 2 and then Darkman Die 3. So they swapped them. And it does kind of suffer a little bit because there were some threads that now are like, wait, what? But they wanted to bring back Larry Drake as quickly as possible because everybody loved him. But and then you had Renee O'Connor, Gabrielle, you had Arnold Vosloo taking over as Darkman. But man, still, I think Darkman Die is a fun capper to the trilogy. But I mean, yeah, Jeff Foslu coming in. Um, it's not as good as the second one, but it's still fun. And I think that Arnold Vosloo just kicked ass. That was when I was like, oh, this guy's great. And then he goes on to be, the Mummy, and he's Imhotep, Imhotep. There you go, Scamdar. That's what I'm talking about. Neon Maniacs. Neon Maniacs ran out of money. Great ideas, ran out of money. So if they could go in and take all the ideas that they had, do Neon Maniacs properly, would be awesome. I'd be so down for that. Ugh. Fuck, I'm tired. We need Frank Darabont back. Darabont's awesome. John Huston said the same thing. Hollywood should remake the bad movies until they get them right. Absolutely. Stop taking good movies. Because the thing is, I will say 9 out of 10 times, when they remake a movie, they take a good movie and they make it bad. Like, stop it. There are so many movies out there. It's like, we don't need another fucking Bride of Frankenstein. We don't need another Frankenstein. We don't need another Basic Instinct. We don't need like every single thing that they're doing now. It's all like, hey, this was popular. Let's do it again. And it'll be popular again. And it won't. Just stop it. Either make new things or take failed movies and make them good. It's not fucking hard. But they're making it hard. Yeah, they're pushing the Strangers movies really hard. And I liked the first one. I thought the first one was pretty cool. I wouldn't mind doing an exploring video on it. But they're pushing they shot The Strangers 2 and 3 back to back. And I just is there really that much demand for a Strangers trilogy? Maybe there's some, I mean, because Rennie Harlin's doing it, and I don't know. It'll be really slick. It'll be good looking, but I don't know if anybody gives a fucking shit. Cool World needs to be redone with the original script, a better budget, and a movie studio that won't interfere unless necessary. Absolutely. If they could do Cool World R-rated, the way it was originally intended, it would be fantastic. Because it was supposed to be, it was Roger Rabbit dirty, was really what it was. It was R-rated Roger Rabbit. And because, you fucked the tune. And that was the whole thing. Like, if they could do that properly, it would be good. And the shame of it is, the animation in Cool World is really good animation. But they was such a back and forth with the studio over the tone that the whole thing comes off uneven. And it's a shame, because it could have been really good. Steven Spielberg going to direct Call of Duty, but for some stupid reason they rejected him. How could you reject a legendary film director from directing your movie? Probably because he wanted too much money. He didn't have the vision that they wanted. He maybe wanted too much creative control, which is understandably Spielberg. And then maybe they were like, maybe he wanted to make it too serious. Like he wanted to make it like Private Ryan. And it's like, no, this is Call of Duty. It's not meant to be. It's meant to be more of an action movie. It's not meant to be taken so seriously. Borderlands had potential if they just did a straight adaptation of the first game, but they fucked up mixing story elements to the second game and the worst casting decisions ever. Yeah, really bad casting choices. And Jack Black in a movie is an almost guaranteed fail for me anymore. I'm just like, new movie game version of Alone in the Dark. Please. Right. Do a real version of Alone in the Dark. Alone in the Dark, the Uwe Boll version, was basically like, hey, I heard that this movie kind of takes place in the dark or something. Let's do that. the Abkhani are invisible monsters because then we don't have to pay for them. And they're in the dark. And Christian Slater is going to jump in slow motion. And Tara Reid isn't going to remember her lines and she can't pronounce things. So bad. Such a bad movie. The entire problem of Hollywood doing remakes is because, yes, you heard of me? Exactly. Stupid. Sydney Sweeney for Cool World. I could see Sydney. Could you see Sydney Sweeney being Hollywood? That would be fucking cool. We don't need another Scream or Nightmare on Elm Street, especially since Wes Craven passed away. Oh, they're gonna keep making Screams because they keep making money. Hollywood keeps going back to the dry well. They need to make new things. They do, but they don't want to. They're lazy and they don't have working, functioning brains, and they stupid. I did hear about the Sleepaway Camp remake. Robert Hitzak is involved. There's no way that they're going to redo the ending from the first one. And even still, why would you? Why you can't recapture that movie. You're not going to do it. There's no way you're going to fucking do it. So just stop. Like, but who thought it would be a good idea? I mean, good for Robert for, getting a payday out of it, but I just think it's a terrible fucking idea. But they're going to make it whether we want it or not, Roger Corman's Frankenstein Unbound was the 75th Frankenstein film. That's how many there actually are. I guess over 100 by now. Let's see. How many Frankenstein movies are there? Holy moly. All right. I'm going to let's see if they're not without Googling. I just Googled. So I get to Google. Well, you guys don't get to Google. How many Frankenstein movies do you think there are? Without going over. So here, let me, let's see. Oh wait, no, not. I don't need the shop. I need. Is that? No, not that. Did I have it right the first time? There we go. Yes, the Wii Shop. All right. Nintendo's already suing. Patrick Silent, you cheated. You got the exact number. Yes, there are 428 Frankenstein. As of September of 2024, there are 428 known feature films that feature some version or interpretation of Frankenstein's monster. I thought Amityville Horror had a lot of Amityville horror movies. Frankenstein, it looks like we get like 10 Frankenstein movies a year. Now, mind you, this isn't just Frank. I mean, if you were to look at movies that were specifically Frankenstein, um, it would be a smaller number. But like, because there's some movies that just have Frankenstein in it. It's not specifically a Frankenstein movie. For example, the Addams Family movie. Lurch is supposed to be Frankenstein's monster. So, but it's not a Frankenstein movie. And then you have something like Sharkenstein. You know, that, okay, I don't really consider that a Frankenstein movie. But, Frankenstein, Bikini Frankenstein, okay, sure. That's, who that bitch? Um, Not Alexis Tech. Jaden Cole. Jaden Cole. She was Bikini Frankenstein. My goodness, what an attractive lady. So anyway, that's kind of funny that in 1990 there were 75, and now here we are, and there's 428. Cool World should be Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's Frank Miller's Sin City. Perfect. You know what? If they were to say tomorrow they're gonna do a Cool World remake, as was said earlier, Sydney Sweeney, and those
big fucking tits
would just, it'd be the perfect casting for that movie. Still waiting on that BioShock movie. Yeah, who knows? We complain about Leatherface. Let's see how many Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies are there. Not as many as that. All right. As of last year, there were 9. So, that's not nearly as many as I thought. Now, let's see Amityville Horror. Boo! How many Amityville Horror movies? It doesn't have a number here. A lot. There are a lot of Amityville Horror movies. Frankenstein. He's a chiller with the Frankenstein. Well, I will go a little bit easy on them. It's not just Hollywood. They made Frankenstein movies all over the fuck world. So, I think there's more than I do think at this point though there's probably more Frankenstein movies than Dracula. Let's see. How many Dracula movies are there? Because there's going to be, yeah, here we go. All right, so there's 80 movies with Dracula specifically. Now, as far as vampire films, there might be more vampire films, but specifically, if you go Dracula, hundreds of thousands of vampire movies, as well as, yeah. So, yeah. That's not surprising. There are a lot of movies with Dracula in it. Or a lot of vampire movies. So. Is there an Amityville movie taking place in a haunted mall? No, there is an Amityville movie taking place in a haunted toilet. Let me see. Is there an Amityville horror movie taking place in a mall? No, there is no Amityville movie set in a mall. There is Phantom of the Paradise, if you know Phantom of the Paradise. Or I'm sorry, Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. But there was a lot of Amityville horror movies. And when I say a lot, I mean a fucking lot. The Bride with Sting is an underrated Frankenstein film. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a neat little movie. That was the first horror film ever made. Very interesting. Yeah, I mean there actually what was the one? There was a Bollywood movie that takes place in a haunted mall. Um it's like Vinjeep or something, Bollywood horror movie in haunted mall. Dar at the Mall. Dar at the Mall. Yeah. It's got ghosts. Wow, it's 11 years ago. I remember that was like a big thing when it came out. Yeah, it's a security guard who he's on his shift working at a haunted mall. It's neat. Amityville Toilet even as a novelization. And they really are driving that whole Amityville thing into the ground, aren't they? The Bride is, yeah, the Bride. I know, that's why I was saying, because that was fresh on my mind. Maggie Gyllenhaal's directing. Oobity-doo! I don't think it's going to be good. I don't think do we need another Bride of Frankenstein? And this isn't, I don't really give a shit that she's directing it, but it's just like they're making a big fuss over it. And it's like, you couldn't come up with an original idea to do? You got to do another version of fucking Bride of Frankenstein? There's a great zombie movie set in a mall. It's also funny. Biozombie. Yes, Biozombie. That is a really good double feature with Wild Zero. Good ass movies. Yeah, Amityville Toilet. Let me see if I can find Amityville Toilet. Amityville Toilet. No, not Smithville Toilet. Amityville Toilet. I'm sorry. Oh, my mistake. I made a terrible mistake. It's not Amityville Toilet. Okay. It's Amityville Death Toilet. For God's sake, call a plumber. Oh boy. Paranormal investigator Greg investigates a haunted house linked to toilet murders in Amityville. Toilet murders in Amityville? After the caretaker's death, Greg battles supernatural forces to stop the killings and save the town from this hellish entity. It is currently on Fossum and Tubi. It is from SRS, who I think they are largely the ones that are pumping out all of these Amityville movies. Let's see if there is a trailer. Amityville Toilet. Amityville Death Toilet. Trailer. All right. Now I'm going to have to I got in case there's something bad. But I mean, it's on YouTube, so. Oh, this is shot on digital. Oh no. How many views? 14,000 views from 2 years ago. Oh, I guess this is the disco era. Oh no, look at those effects. What the? Why is there? Why is the toilet killing him with tinfoil? Oh no. Ay nay.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Oh boy. Just in time for the holidays. And the comments are movies that make me want to be oh yeah. Cinematic masterpiece. You brought me here. Never sitting on the toilet. Yeah, Rich. Okay, so yeah. RLM saw these. Hey baby. Oh, SRS. I mean, they've had some good ones. Death Toilet number 2. Wait, did they have a sequel? No. All right, that's an unrelated Amityville toilet. Amityville Vibrator, Amityville Karen. I have Amityville in Space. I got that for $5 with Amityville in the Hood. I figured, what the fuck, why not? Oh yeah, Sean C. Phillips, the YouTube dude, lost a ton of weight. He directs a bunch of these. Oh, she's cute. Lauren Francesa. Who is that bitch? Over 2 billion views online. Lauren, I think I've heard that movie before. A YouTube media superstar. 2 million followers on Facebook, 3 million followers total. Lady Gaga telephone parody. American Man. I don't know. You guys know who that is? Let me see. Lauren Francesa. She's pretty. I'll give her that. Let's see. Lauren Francesa YouTube. I want my Lauren. 311K subs. Is she still doing this? Looks like she's doing shorts now. I think she's doing more movies now than let's see. How about what's her Social Blade? What's she doing? I am Lauren. Wait, what was her thing again? I am Lauren something or other. I want my Lauren. I want my Lauren videos. Or I want my Lauren. All right, how about Social Blade? That's very exciting. I know this is some riveting shit here, guys. I want my Lauren. Oh boy. 75 million. Oh yeah, she hasn't done anything in a long time. Yeah, she it looks like she quit back in 2022. Yeah, now she just does a couple of shorts, but she's doing movies more often. But yeah, she lost like tens of thousands of subs because she hasn't uploaded anything in a while. Yeah, I mean, it looked like she was headed. I mean, she had a bigger Facebook audience. Maybe she did. I don't know what the fuck, but she blew up at some point and then stopped. So, um, the budget to make it was smaller than the price they asked for the DVD. Never heard of her before today. She like the thing is there are some people where I'm like, I think I've heard of them. But then every now and then there'll be some that's like, oh, this is don't you know but doobity doobie and then they have like 800 million subs and it's like, who the fuck is this guy? Yeah, Marco, that was the Sean C. Phillips, cool duder. He was the guy who he did YouTube and he used to always show like his collection. Like he'd like, hey, this week I bought these movies and it wasn't particularly riveting, but he was a big movie guy. Lost a lot of weight and then started directing movies and now he has done how many Sean C. Phillips movies has he done? Sean C. Phillips. I mean, good for him, you know? I think he pretty much just works exclusively for SRS at this point. He's done 266 movies he's acted in, but he's directed 23. Looks like when did he start directing? Wait, holy fuck. No, he's Where's his director things? Here we go. No, actor. I asked for director, you shit. Director, here we go. The Caged Girl in 2008. Wow, way back. Around the Country, Treasure Chest of Horrors, Theater of the Deranged, Treasure Chest of Horror 2's Dysmorphia, 60. Here, let me bring this up. 60 Seconds to Die, 60 Seconds to Die 2, Virus of the Dead, Frames of Fear 3, Natasha's Naughty Boudoir of Blood. 60 Seconds to Die Throw, DI Throw. That's funny. He did Amityville Karen, he did Amityville Shark House, Woods Witch, Amityville Bigfoot, Desert Fiends, and then, yeah, he's got Cheer Bloody Murder, Mistletoe Massacre, Pay to Die, Desert Fiends 2, Skate to Hell. Hey, more power to him, man. He's making these movies. Shit, did more movies than I did. Yeah, with some with Lauren Francesa. Tuesday, who Tuesday night? She's pretty. Oh God, was she the? Oh wow, she was in Nightmare on Elm Street 4. Holy shit, that's going way back. Eric Roberts he got, although he probably got Eric Roberts for like a walk-on role or something. Amityville Bigfoot. Wow. All right. No, director. Go back to director. What was the one I wanted to look at? Yeah, I mean, shit. Good for him. Making movies. Why not? Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, as corny as some of these movies are, they're better than that one. The was the one with the ants in my. I've got ants in my penis. I forget the name of that one. but it's something like that. It's the one where the dude puts ants and they live in his penis, and then he like they come out and they eat people. I'm not making this up. Um, yeah. What the fuck? All right, I gotta look up. Movie with guy putting ants in his penis. Ant farm dickhole. And then I posted that on Twitter a while ago, and I had a bunch of people like, oh, you never heard of Beelzebub? He does these movies like Ant Farm Dickhole. And I'm like, you don't say. And Jesus the Total Douchebag. And Dickless Zombies. And Sicko the Blood Clown. And Boogers of the Antichrist. Like, when people talk about movies where they're like, this movie had really bad visual effects, or this movie had really bad acting, or this movie had really bad everything, and then they bring up something like Killer Clowns from Outer Space, I'm like, are you fucking mad? Like, I need to sit them down and open their eyes like fucking Clockwork Orange and make them watch something like Ant Farm Dickhole and be like, no, you think this is a bad movie. You have no idea. You need to sit down and watch something like this. You need to sit down and watch Amityville Garen. You need to sit down and watch something like Fungicide to really be able to fully comprehend just how bad movies can get. You need to sit down and watch, I'm gonna throw The Thin Red Line. Oof. Shots fired. Movie's garbage. Oh boy. I'm always amazed at some of these movies where I can't imagine being like, yeah, let's make this movie. What's it gonna be called? Ant Farm Dickhole. What? I need the what lady. Oof. My search history must be something else. What are you gonna do? You received a catalog once with some Beelzebub movies. Still haven't seen any of those. You know what? You're probably better off. I think if you hear that and you're like, oh, yeah, that doesn't sound like it's for me, then you are correct. But if you hear something like that and you're like, that might be you maybe will be able to get some kind of enjoyment out of it. You could laugh at just how bad it is. You could laugh at just the absurdity of it. But they are depraved and weird and uncomfortable and not good. Killer Clowns is fucking amazing. And I always get annoyed because you have a lot of people that will, oh, it's a movie that's so bad, it's good. No. Like, Miami Connection is a bad but good movie. Killer Clowns is fucking awesome. Like, it is well made, it's well shot, amazing visuals, a really fun story. It is a good ass fucking movie. And for whatever reason, it's just one of those movies because of the title, they keep lumping it in with certain kinds of films, and it really bugs me. Am I interested in the Halloween 1978 limited edition steelbook? I hear it's great. I have no less than 5 copies of Halloween. I think I'm all stocked up here on the Halloweens. So, I'm good. I don't need no more Halloweens. Thank you, Cabrea. Killer Clowns is awesome. Like, yes. Do I have my... Hold on. I think I know where it is. Let me look. Okay, I do have it. My job has awarded me a lot of really cool fucking things, and this is one of them. John Massari, who is the composer of Killer Clowns, I helped him to get the Killer Clowns remastered and reimagined to be a thing, and so he gave me. He signed it to me. The reimagined soundtrack, and that's not even the coolest fucking. Well, here's this. Cecil, thank you for your love and support of the film and my musical score. John Massari. But what is also cool in the liner notes, you can see that. Special thanks to me. Special thanks to Cecil Trachenberg from the of YouTube's Good Bad Flicks. I mean, like, when he reached out to me, I was like, that's fucking cool. Yes, I want to help you make that happen. And I did. And I did not expect to get any kind of thanks, but that he had sent me a copy of the soundtrack and that, put me in the liner notes and all that. Like, it was so fucking cool. And I met him and the Kyoto Brothers a couple years ago. Very, very nice guys. John's awesome. I finally met John in person, but and then met the Kyoto Brothers. They were very cool. It's like calling RoboCop so bad it's a good movie, even though the movie itself is amazing. It's just because of its cheesy. Well, yeah, like RoboCop was the name was intentionally satirical, Ooh, I look like I got like green screen there for a second, and I don't have a green screen up. Thoughts on Dead Silence? I like Dead Silence a lot. I think it's underappreciated. I did it on one of my videos, God, years ago. I think it's funny. The original title was just simply Silence, but that didn't work. So I think Lionsgate was the one that said, we'll call it Dead Silence, which, does work. I know a lot of people don't like the third act very much, but I think overall it is a neat movie, and I like Dead Silence a lot. Yes, Killer Clowns were reused in Ernest Scared Stupid. When we went to KyotoCon, they played Killer Clowns, and they followed that up with Ernest Scared Stupid. And it was funny to see the Killer Clowns were turned into the trolls. In trolls or goblins or whatever they were in Ernest Scared Stupid. People who work on Killer Clowns and special effects on Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Oh yeah, well, the Kyoto Brothers. They did. They just recently did a movie, Xmas. Or no, Alien Xmas. Yeah. Oh God, 2020. Jesus. All right, this Christmas is coming up, strangely enough, soon, but um, this is really fucking good. Alien Xmas. It's on Netflix. It's a little like 40-minute long stop motion animated Christmas movie with aliens. It's really good. It's really heartwarming and genuinely funny. It harkens back to the old Rankin Bass all right, oh, they're doing a harkens back to the old Rankin Bass stop motion animated movies. It's wholesome. It's really fucking good. When after Thanksgiving, if you're looking for a Christmas thing, I very highly recommend it. It is lots of fun. Like it, I only found out about it like last Christmas, and I was shocked. I'm like, wait a minute. The Kyoto Brothers did a stop motion animated Christmas, thing with an alien, and I'm just finding out about it now. The fuck? So, yeah. Check that shit out. Really, really good. I think you will enjoy it. It is Troll. Yeah, I couldn't remember, and it was like Trolls and Ernest Scared Stupid. Not very fond of Dead Silence, except for the song at the end credits. I know some people aren't really big on it. I liked it. I thought it was neat because I think that the ventriloquist dummies are fucking creepy. The only other ventriloquist dummy movie that I could think of was that one with Anthony Hopkins. That was not Patrick. No, I don't remember the name of it, but it was weird. It was a neat movie, but I thought it was cool. Yes, that's theme song for Killer Clown stays in your head forever. Yes, that was was that the Dickies? Yeah. P.T. Bottom said it so long ago. There's one born every minute. Killer Clowns. Was that? I'm pretty sure it was the Dickies. Because the Dickies, they oh yeah, fucking Bear McCreary. Yeah, it was okay, it was the Dickies. Yeah, the Dickies did the theme song. And then Bear McCreary came back with John. And did the orchestral score. Crazy stuff, man. I really hate it when people say the term so bad it's good to movies that were actually good in their own right, but had a couple of elements of cheese that people consider to make it a B movie like Evil Dead. Yeah, like they really don't. They go a little too far with like what's so bad it's good. Like no, a movie like again, I'm going to bring it up: Miami Connection, The Room, Birdemic. Those kinds of films are the bad films, but they're actually good. But when you're saying shit like Evil Dead 2, like Killer Clowns, you're like no. It's like no, those are good movies. They're not like there is no element of bad in there. The difference seems so bad it's good and generally good movies with some cheesy elements. 100%. So many movies that are actually good. But then for some reason they're just like, it's poop. Magic, thank you. Yes. Oh, you guys all got it. Magic, yes. Yeah, Magic was really cool. I haven't seen that in a long ass time. But on that note, it is 11 o'clock. I got to finish up a video that's going to be up tomorrow. Because I also got a whole bunch of shit that I need to get done. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me again tonight. I'm still evolving this. I have to figure, and then once I kind of commit to where I'm gonna do this, I have like some interviews and shit that I have lined up that I want to do. I want to bring Noelle in here to talk. Although if Noelle's in here, me and her are just gonna fucking yap back and forth. Let me see. Did she write back? She's probably asleep. Yeah, because it's what's a yeah, I think it's, what is it, 12 hours. So actually, I think it might be tomorrow. Might be tomorrow morning. She might be working. But anyway, I will let her know that people still want. I have some cool shit lined up. So anyway, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you hanging out, even though this still is kind of a fucking just me yapping. But you know, we all got to start somewhere with these things. So, take care. I will see you all soon. I'll see you on the Discord if you're not there. And yeah, new video tomorrow on the YouTube. And it is the last I Roll It, I Review It video, but it is not the last of that kind of video. If you saw my my update, you'll know what I'm talking about. So have yourselves a pleasant rest of your week. Halfway through already fucking the week. And I'll see y'all soon. And I'll see you Friday. Yeah, Friday over on Twitch. We're done with Space ER. We're still continuing with Homeboys in Outer Space. I got to figure out what... Oh, did I pick? I think I already picked the new sci-fi show we were going to watch, but I don't remember. It was something that wasn't too long. It was only like 7 or 8 episodes. Evil Tunes. Maybe over October. We shall see. Good night, you guys.